pain in the butt.
Yeah, I know, right? So what about you guys?
Well, I think that Alter Ego does have some slight edge, but we gotta wait and see.
Personally, I like Alter Ego's composition way more because I feel like ONIC Esports, their composition right now just really lacks the damage. Like Lee can do a lot, yes, sure, but once his energy is down, you don't have that much time. He's in, out, that's it.
Yeah.
That's true. And it seems that we are actually finally into our first game of the day. Just hyping it up a little bit to give you guys more energy, as if we have a live crowd in front of us. Gideon contra, this is gonna be our match number 1. Let's get it started.
All right. Right, of course, we've already seen a couple of seconds already on the clock being played out while there's still no kills whatsoever as Mage want to go in for that bait, but Casillas just chasing him off while Silly Boy's just getting all that gold that he needs.
And this is what you need to do as the, as the Uranus. You're trying to proxy the waves as much as you can. Get a lot of priority. Pull attention towards the bottom side of the map. ONIC Esports, they delayed their buff. They delayed their red buff for now. They wanted to make sure that Alter Ego didn't try to do anything cheesy with the jawhead and that ejector, because that really hurts if you're not careful.
Well, they are playing it safely from both ends, but I do have a point that you brought up earlier where, there's lackluster of hard hitters coming from the ONIC Esports side, and among you, some of all these sort of tanks still needs quite a number of gold to actually get up on, and they're chasing over anti-mage right now.
Oh yeah, and this is very typical of the hyper carry meta, where they actually want to focus on getting the carries down on the opposite side of the lane and target to punish, especially punish the side laners here. So Uranus, he just has to back away, play it safe, but this allows Ling on the top side to get a little bit more farm.
Yeah, of course, he's killing off a couple of camps as well as he can, but he just kind of know what's up. He's already spotted out Resi for a little bit, and there will be a little bit of that sort of a contest up where top side. Well, Malzy can't really do all too much. He's going to be setting it up, but he's going to dive right through, clearing all the wave, and tries to actually cause a little bit of discrepancy to the side of Sasa.
Yeah, and you can already see CW already with the Blade Tempest. Can he get Sales here? Yes, Sales is gonna die. First Sully Boy just has to watch. He can't really do too much with Leo Murphy. He's trying to look for somebody, doesn't get the ejector off of the CW.
Oh.
But now he might be in trouble here. He's gonna be the one instead going down.
Oh my, beautiful pull-off coming in, and Flicker being popped there by Ramichi. This will definitely cause the side of Alter Ego to suffer a little bit more as Malzy tries to actually look for his escape as Anti-Mage hops
Turtle
over,
resurrecting
that will
soon.
be pretty much a good deal for the side of ONIC nonetheless.
And we saw the stats just now. ONIC Esports very evidently look to get the first bloods as soon as possible, and I think this is a perfect example why. They go for the quick rotations, they look for pick potentials within the first 3 minutes of the game. Not a lot of teams want to do that, especially with a lineup that doesn't have that sort of, hard-hitting damage.
Yeah, I definitely think that with that being said, they might actually contest this one. That will be that sort of flick coming in, but it will still be Alter Ego's turtle before taking it. Sasa gets blown to pieces as we see this team fight erupt. The perfect Tempest into 2, and we are looking at Rassi trying to actually go for that chase, and now Sally Boys are getting a little bit more room for himself, and that's definitely going to be 2 kills for the side of ONIC.
That's going to be a 2-for-1 trade. That's not exactly the best, especially for ONIC Esports, but I would say, Alter Ego definitely bunks. He played that quite well. He absorbed quite a bit of pressure and kind of forced the Ling to get on top of him at the very end there, because they knew he was doing too much damage. You can see Ramichi down on the bottom side here as the X-Borg here. It's pretty, I would like to say that ONIC Esports, in the earlier stages of the game, they've got some, pretty strong picks, They have a lot of high base damages, they can fight very, very early. However, the longer these fights go, Leo Murphy is just going to get better and better. X-Borg's going to get better and better. And here, potential dive? No, doesn't look like it, but they are setting up for it for the side of... for the side of AE, they are rotating down. They know the buff is up, but are they going to contest it?
Well, they're definitely taking a couple of camps off, but I don't think that they will be able to actually secure that red buff. Instead, they will take down that turret as we see Chad Boy just makes a little bit of a swift escape, hopping off over the wall as they might be able to actually find a little bit room for them to actually catch somebody loitering inside of the jungle once again. Well, Rassi's going to be holding it off while ONIC breaks one turret off to the top side.
Yep, and you can see CW again. He is needing a lot of gold. And you mentioned this before that, like, you know, a lot of the members require quite a bit. And you can see CW, he doesn't really want to take any of these fights, not when it's not on their side of the map. Udil has taken quite a bit. The injector coming through. Play Tempest! They're trying everything they can. The last insanity comes out from Alter Ego. They get a pretty good kick, but Anti-Mage's in the backline, making sure that nobody low is going to survive. Ramichi is going to go down to the tower at the very end, but he takes out Nana in the process. Sasa pulling it through with the vengeance. He's holding on. He holds with the ult. It's not enough as he pulls on through. Sully Boy still holding very strong. The Battle Mirror image is going to come out real soon, but Anti-Mage quickly pops the concentration. Out of there. A-okay.
Wow, what an engagement coming from the side of ONIC Esports, but it did backfire. Like, we understand the whole idea where we saw Atlas just pulling everyone in towards that Tempest, but of course, they can't really find a way to cast over on that Clot, and Sally Boy did punish them.
Yeah, really nicely done here. You know, I think what we have to commend ONIC is the positioning of where their fighters are. Even though if they take a full front to front, there is no way that Alter Ego can actually, you know, follow up when Ling goes into that backline, because Valer is just like, nah, stay back every single time.
And of course, we saw a little bit of messy fights and another one erupting towards the side of lane once more. CW hops off, and last insanity will be popped there by Ramichi. So he's going to be hovering all over the map until he gets back his Firaga armor for now.
But just look at that. A lot of them, you know, the main members are getting very far ahead. You can see the goal leading for Alter Ego. 3K so far. It's not a big deal, but sorry, 2K so far. It's not a big deal, but look at the control over the map. Mid tier 1 is gone, and that means Alter Ego has access to both left and top and bottom side of the jungle.
Yeah, and I just love how Alter Ego actually takes so much of that sort of control all over the map. Like, you put the Esmeralda down below, nothing that Uranus can even do about it. And now, speaking of which, they're diving over Anti-Mage.
And Monzi, he's going to be running over Anti-Mage. Like, there's nothing he can really do here. He's just pulling attention to himself. But at this point in time, since Alter Ego already have mid and top tier 1, bottom tier 1 is going to be the next on the chopping block.
Yeah, I mean, the rest members like Leo Murphy as well as Ramichi was just buying a little bit more time. So, take the kills, the towers, break everything that they can get. This is what we talked about before we even get into the drafts. They are so heavily focused on towards objectives and structure that it's not even funny. Like, we saw ONIC taking a couple of leads, and now it didn't really mean much anymore.
Yeah, Alter Ego are just following the textbook to the T. It's really nicely done, and I think ONIC, they were really slow on that. Bam! One guy is basically out of the fight while you all run away. As we get back into the game, I can talk about this a little bit more. It becomes really scary here, but I think two big factors that ONIC, like, it's very dependent on individual play, is Atlas and Ling. Both of these heroes need to play at their top performance and find a very good angle to engage on Alter Ego.
Yeah, no, of course, Anti-Mage is just causing a little bit of the disruption and pulling so much attention away from the members of Alter Ego, but I'm not sure if he can last any longer from here.
Oh no, he's already getting cut down here. If we could see the items at some point, because look at Sully Boy's damage, I'm pretty sure he's already finished up the Demon Hunter's sword. My guess is that he's very close to finishing up his Golden Staff, might even have it already.
Yeah, I think that by this point on, they might be able to actually achieve their second items in that sort of sense. And if we do look at how ONIC Esports is actually finding a way to pull back, it's just depending on how Uranus just pulls off everybody, and they try to perhaps get one objective after another, which is honestly not a bad idea, but it's going to cost the Uranus so much.
Yeah, and I mean, you know, it is a Uranus after all, so he doesn't need a lot of gold to be useful in most situations, honestly, because of his base stat. But now they get a huge hit! Oh my goodness! I mean, yes, it is a tank shot to face check, but it's so frustrating when you do walk in. He didn't even have a second or an ability to get out of there. But now Mumsy has to deal with CW here right now, and because of that red buff, there's no way Mumsy can win. So the rest of the team take another tower. Alter Ego just looking prime time to win this game.
Seems like a walk in the park for the side of Alter Ego. Anti-Mage hops right through, trying to actually look for some damage. Oh, that burst over the side of Sally Boy, and it's going to be CW on the hunt, and he will not be able to do the 10% all as Esmeralda will slay him down, and now the Lord will be up for the taking. And this seems like a freebie for Alter Ego.
Yeah, that was so good. Did you see Leomorphy? He was like getting ready, like I know he wants to go for Sully Boy. He quickly goes for the injector. The Flamestokes were preemptively thrown down because he knows that, oh, if he lands the injector, the Flamestokes will chain perfectly into it. And Sully Boy, he's huge. He's got the golden staff. He's already level 15, 10 minutes into the game. Let's see the items here. Jungle item, endless battle, golden staff. Oh my goodness. It's going to be impossible to deal with him now. He's just too big.
Yeah, and I gotta say that it's all thanks to smart drafting coming in from the side of Alter Ego. They knew this was about to happen, and any sort of the promotion that they do face, that's definitely going to draw him on the front line to make sure that that does not cause any harm to Bonzi or even Teleboy in it.
Okay, here might be the engagement coming in from ONIC. They need to make something happen here. Lord is already walking through. It looks like Alter Ego is trying to get one more. Anti-Mage gets chunked out pretty hard. Can they get another inhibitor turret here? That would be a huge profit for Alter Ego.
Oh, seems like they might just be able to do so. Anti-Mage falling so low. They're looking to actually slam it all the way over on the Bonzi. And this might just be them just crushing up ONIC as they will break down the final few turns left. And Anti-Mage can only look and not defend what's about to come.
Yeah, I think this is game over here for the rest of the team. It looks like ONIC Esports, they just got outdrafted completely. And just the early game, even though it kind of looked pretty good for initially, especially for ONIC Esports,